What the fuck?
Fox News alert. Right now, bomb threats forcing voters out of at least 2 polling places in New Jersey as residents across the state cast ballots for their next governor. And Mark Meredith is live in Montclair, New Jersey with the latest. Mark, what's going on?
Ainsley, Lawrence, and Brian, good morning.
Yeah, they try not to let these people vote now. They know their shit's cooked. They know they're cooked. These people get in there and vote, they're gonna vote into another Republican. The Democrats got to get their shit together, bro. They got to.
Friends, the polls have been open throughout New Jersey since about 6 a.m. Since then, a handful of bomb threats have been called in to a number of polling places across the Garden State. We know in Mercer County, as well as where we have seen in Passaic. It's unclear exactly how many of these polling places have been impacted, but because the polls were open, since they've been open since 6, a number of people who may have been in line or getting ready to go vote had to move off-site to other voting locations, at least temporarily. We've been at this elementary school here, not too far from where some of these threats were called earlier, because this is where the Democratic gubernatorial nominee is going to be voting. Mikey Sherrill should be voting here around 9 a.m. I just spoke to her campaign. They are aware of the situation impacting some of these polling places. The candidate is likely to address this when she gaggles with reporters in the 9 a.m. hour. All an indication, though, again, that there is a lot of people very curious what will happen here in New Jersey. The spotlight.
Who's even getting, like, what is the New Jersey voting right now? Like, what is that even for? What are they voting for in New Jersey right now? And the New Jersey governor's race. Okay, they're voting for governor. They're voting for the new governor.
This race nationally, and we have seen this before in other elections. But these potential threats, whether or not it's going to have a widespread impact on turnout, it's unclear. More than 1 million people cast their ballots ahead of Election Day. There was early voting, mail-in balloting as well. Where we are also, I've seen at least one police officer who was outside the polling place earlier. Unclear if it was related because the candidate was going to be here or if they were just checking things out. A lot of these threats are often communicated electronically, either email, they get sent to the registrar's office or the voting records office, and then out of an abundance of caution, these facilities are either evacuated or they pause operations to let the police do a sweep. No indication.
They get bomb threats at the polls now. They losing so bad they got to call in bomb threats.
Found at this point simply threats, but on an election day like this, given, of course, the political climate that we are in as a country right now, officials across New Jersey are not going to be.
What you got to do is figure out who called those bomb threats in, and you got to put them in jail for 30 years. And then what you do is you say, we'll take a year off of your sentence for every one person that gets convicted that you turned in.
Slightly, and I'll let you know if we hear from the Chitterelli campaign. He was with Fox and Friends in the last hour at a restaurant, so we know he's been out on the trail as well. These candidates have plenty of security. It's interesting to see personally, because when we go out to these events, before, back in the day when you were an unelected governor, you would just go out as a candidate, go out and shake hands. And now at these high-profile events where there's media, where there's a lot of public notice, we do see a lot of security. And as I mentioned, we've even seen security at this polling place right here behind me. Friends, back to you.
Now, Mark, real quickly, and I know this is a fluid situation, are we talking about multiple threats from the same source, or are these multiple different areas of threats?
I know there was
I love this guy. This guy is so based. I was gonna ask the same fucking thing, but I was like, I bet he's gonna ask.
In Trenton, I believe there was another polling place in Mercer County, but whether or not it was the same person or persons, we don't know. And obviously that's all part of the investigation that New Jersey officials will have to carry out. But obviously the immediate need was making sure that these polling places, Lawrence, could get back
You
open.
know what's crazy? As I bet the dumbass that called it in thought that it was just going to be a simple, like, oh, there's a bomb threat. And he thought he was just going to get away with it, or they, or whatever the hell they want to call themselves. So, like, but little did they know that if there was a bomb threat, that the FBI steps in and they can trace the call back to where you called. So now he's probably shitting himself, pacing back and forth in whatever room he's in, trying to come up with a plan on how he's going to lie to the federal police and get himself out of that situation. A rip bozo.
Around here to see, I've got 3 guys that are right out front of this polling place, not a line.
Because they're gonna. The first thing they're gonna ask him is, "Where did you? How did you hear about there being a bomb at this place?" And that guy's gonna be shaken.
Seen anything dramatic, at least at this particular facility. But if an email just goes out to a county official, I would imagine they have to do their due diligence.
I wonder if it's someone that's trying to prevent voters from voting for a certain person. Trenton and Mercer County, are those Republican or Democratic areas?
I wish I had studied my New Jersey geography a little bit better off the top of my head for you, Ainsley. But I also know that Passaic County says that they were aware of the situation, that they were.
No. What was that?
Mercer County prevent voters from voting for a
Hold
certain
on, let's
person.
see.
Trenton and Mercer County, are those Republican or Democratic areas?
Is it Trenton and Mercer County?
Their due diligence.
I wonder if it's someone that's trying to prevent voters from voting for a certain person. Trenton and Mercer County.
Are Trenton and Mercer County in New Jersey Democrat or Republican areas? It's a dark red area. It's Republican. Dark red, it says. Oh, wait, what? The map below shows the political... It looks like it's mostly liberal. Actually, it looks like a lot of it's liberal. It's either more liberal or split evenly. There's not a lot of conservative there. That's weird. Why would they call those ones out?
Those Republican or Democratic areas?
I wish I had studied my New Jersey geography leaning area, but I will say that.
That's crazy, though. That's like crazy. That's crazy that that's going on now.